This is it. This is the game that writes legends. We're talking about two of the bluest bloods in all of college basketball, Duke and UConn, and they're meeting with a trip to the Final Four on the line. Believe me, this is way more than just a game. This is a battle for legacy.
We've reached the Elite Eight. You know what that means. The madness of March is already chewed up and spat out all the pretenders. Only the absolute best are left standing. And for these two giants, just 40 minutes of basketball is all that separates them from the glory of the Final Four.
So who's it gonna be? Is it the Blue Devil powerhouse from Durham, or is it the relentless Huskies from Storrs? One team's dream is about to go to the next level, while the others, well, it's gonna come to a sudden, crushing end.
All right, let's start with Duke, the Duke juggernaut. And really, when you talk about this team, there's one word that just keeps coming to mind: dominance. Pure, unfiltered dominance. Just look at that record, 35-2. Let that sink in for a second. That's not just a great season, folks. That's a historically incredible one. It speaks to a level of consistency that's just so rare.
And how did they build that unbelievable record? Well, they did it by being an absolute high-powered offensive machine. They don't just beat you, they totally overwhelm you with this relentless attack from all angles style of play.
And these numbers, they really paint the picture, don't they? I mean, dropping almost 82 points a game is obviously elite. But here's the real story. Look at the assists. Almost 17 a game. That tells you everything. This isn't just one guy doing all the work. It's a symphony of ball movement that just wears defenses down into dust. It's like a constant wave of pressure.
But the team facing that offensive machine, they were forged in a completely different kind of fire. UConn brings an equally scary but totally different identity into this fight. We're talking about a tough, battle-tested powerhouse.
32-5. Now that is a fantastic record, especially when you consider they came out of the super rugged Big East. This is not a team that gets rattled. They have been in absolute wars all season long, and you know what? They know exactly how to win ugly.
Their whole identity is built on defense. They are a physical, disciplined wall that makes you earn every single basket. I mean, just look at their last game to get here. That nail-biting 67-63 win over Michigan State. They absolutely thrive in that kind of grinded-out fight.
And man, do the stats back that up. Holding teams to just 65 points, that's their bread and butter. But check out the blocks, over 5 per game. That's elite rim protection. They basically turn the paint into a no-fly zone, forcing you to take tough shots you do not want to take. So, beyond these clashing team styles, this game is a showcase for some serious individual brilliance. We are talking about a showdown between two of the most impactful players in the entire country. This is going to be fun. For Duke, the engine that makes it all go is Cameron Boozer. This guy, he's a walk-in bucket. He's the kind of player who can just single-handedly take over a game with his insane offensive talent. I mean, come on, these stats are just absurd for a college player. He is averaging a double-double with over 22 points and 10 boards. That's just his normal day at the office. Then you add in over 4 assists, and what you have is a complete offensive weapon who can score at will and make everyone around him better. And that brings us to the key number right here, 22.4 points per game. You can bet UConn's entire defensive game plan centers on one single question: how in the world do you slow this man down?
And the man tasked with anchoring that defense, it's UConn's dominant force in the middle, Tarris Reed Jr. He is the absolute heart and soul of this Huskies team.
Now, while his numbers aren't as eye-popping as Boozer's, don't let that fool you. His impact is just as huge. He controls the glass, he changes shots at the rim, and he gives them that steady scoring punch inside.
And this quote from their Sweet 16 win, it says it all. This guy isn't just some role player. He is a clutch performer who shows up when the lights are brightest. He scores, he defends, and yeah, he's the one sinking the game-winning free throws. That's a leader.
Okay, so we've got the narratives, we've got the identities, we've got the stars, but what happens when we strip it all down and just put these two teams head-to-head on the stat sheet? Let's break it down.
First up, scoring. And yeah, as you'd probably expect, this is a clear advantage for Duke. That high-octane attack just puts more points on the board, over 4 more per game to be exact. But then you flip it,
And look at this. This is where it gets really, really interesting. On the defensive side, it's incredibly close. For all our talk about UConn's gritty defense, Duke actually gives up slightly fewer points per game. That tells you that both of these teams are truly elite when it comes to getting stops.
Now this right here, this might be where the entire game is won or lost, the battle in the paint. Duke is the better rebounding team, which means they limit second chances and they can get out and run. But UConn is by far the better shot blocking team, which completely changes how you can attack the rim. It's this fascinating clash of strengths down low.
So, we've seen the teams, we've met the stars, we've crunched the numbers. It all comes down to this one final question. Which team's will is going to break the others? And really, it all boils down to this classic basketball conflict. You've got an unstoppable force, that's Duke's offense, crashing right into an immovable object, that's UConn's defense. Can Boozer and company solve that suffocating defense? Or will Tarris Reed Jr. and the Huskies impose their physical will and just grind Duke to a halt?
So what kind of game are we going to see? Will it be a beautiful, high-scoring offensive masterpiece from Duke? Or are we about to witness a tough, gritty defensive brawl that favors UConn? One style is going to win out, and that style is going to send a team to the Final Four.